he play with me then. The son of me, he get a round for a citizen tagging for free bowl. I was said to her, you know, it's all set with a mic, yes, say, we the model of the neighbor, we're going it's a rescue. I just want to ask you one question, now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you tell us. No. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience. Oh, why you for us? So how the rest now stable? No job, no food, no food on the table. Not just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest assured your kids get poor. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping people, they breaking property on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people. I hate to say you not know. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. You say you are going to change things. But we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't come through. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberia people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberia people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now you give the rescue. You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. That's what I am. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't come through. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberia people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberia people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now you give the rescue. You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. That's what I am. You wish haunting. Now when they come on, the people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. That's what I am.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is Freedom Hub on your radio. My name is Kyle Oliver Kine. Today we're here on a wonderful edition being flanked by Princess Alexa Vanja Colley. 2 minute things to talk about today in the country. A lot of issues going on in the Republic. Batra Fatra became an area of contention during the course of the weekend State security actors and community dwellers were seen in a fist fight. A complete riot.
Let me ask you.
Again, unknown landowners are surfacing. They're resurfacing in the country after they became so quiet following the Guinea-Liberia border crisis. These Sidu landowners are now resurfacing across the country. This time around in the Battery Factory area, we are told that a lady is claiming the entire Battery Factory community. And so the residents decided to put a particular non-compliance posture following the Liberian National Police and court sheriff's presence at the Battery Factory area on Saturday. Oh yeah, they were there with the intention to enforce a particular demolition order. This time around, the community dweller said, in simple Liberian English, who cocaine not done. They refused to allow state security actors and the sheriffs to proceed with the demolition of their properties. What is going on under this administration? What's happening to the Joseph Boakar's administration? What is going on? Why do we have people all day, every day, every single day running from place to place because somebody is claiming their property? We're going to be looking deeper into it. We're going to be looking into all of those conversations. What is it? What is going on? We are told that 3 officers of the Liberian National Police were brutally injured in the process. At the same time, we are told that over two handguns, pistols belonging to the members of the Liberian National Police were seized by the community residents. Imagine the community people disarming police people. This is it. We're going to look into it. On the flip side of issues, the Liberian president, His Excellency Joseph Yoma Boakai, returned to the country on yesterday from Sierra Leone when he participated in a particular meeting with members of the ECOWAS team in Freetown, Sierra Leone. Following his arrival at the Robs International Airport, journalist Anthony Williams of the state broadcaster posed a particular question to the Liberian president. He was asked, what is the status of the Liberia-Guinea border crisis? The answer the president gave, we will tell you. We will play his answer, and particularly run into what we believe should be the concern of all Liberians. From where we sit, the Guinea soldiers are still on our land. From where we sit, they will continue to be on our land. From where we sit, we can safely say the Liberian government has given up on the Guinea border crisis, and somewhere, somehow, we should start to get used to it, that the land is now a Guinea property. Until there can be a new president who would develop interest in adequately addressing the issue of the Salomba property, until we can have that new president who will do so, I do not think that this president will solve that situation. But again, we'll play his voice. Maybe I may be wrong. Perhaps Alexa could be getting it wrong as well. But we'll play his voice, and you will decide as to whether what you are hearing or what you will be hearing will constitute something that resembles a particular situation being solved. All of these plus many other issues will form the basis of the conversation on this wonderful, wonderful Monday afternoon. Interestingly, I've been away for a couple of days, and we are back on the radio. Those of you who are playing the cash giveaway, it is going to get better. During the course of the weekend, there will be several other prizes. We have reintroduced the bag of rice on the platform. People will be winning televisions. This time around, it's not about whatever. It's about how well you play. So if you become the top winner, if you become the individual with the most entries, So the more you play, if you play plenty more than other people who are playing, you stand a chance to win several bags of rice, television, different home appliances, and so forth. The code remains the same with just 50 Liberian dollars. You can play by dialing star 255 star 1 hash on Lone Star Cell MTN, star 255 star 6 hash on Orange Money. The more you play, the better your chances are. On today, we give $2,500 to $10,000. Between $2,500 to $10,000 will be given on today, and subsequently, when you fall in the category of the most player individuals, the individuals who will have the highest record of playing in this particular competition during the course of the week, you stand a chance to win for yourself several of the other prizes, including cash as well. Let's take a break to be right back on 87.9.
Mr. Rescue, I just want to ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, and then you say you give the rescue. Them like you.
Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of our. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace.
Okay, welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. John Roosevelt is not around today, and I'm sure he's not going to be here. But Alexa is spread to see that. Good afternoon, welcome.
Hello, Oliver. And I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. We'd like to welcome you to today's presentation of Freedom Hub. We have a lot to talk about. So however way you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome. You know, a lot has happened in the last couple of days. And it is quite interesting that Liberia doesn't actually go out of topics. You know, every day I say that, but just the past couple of days, has been made really serious that this country doesn't go out of any topics. But we have a lot to talk about today, and obviously, Ajorim is not here. I'm sure wherever he is well. But Ajorim, we hope you're doing okay wherever you are. But we'd like to say welcome to the biggest thing to happen to Liberia about this time. And I know Freedom Hub on Freedom 87.9 FM. So welcome.
Okay, so 2 million things happening in this small country, Liberia, this small but mighty country. Plenty things, like Alexa said. Plenty things happening. The president, His Excellency Joseph Yoma Boakai, returned from Sierra Leone. It is going to be a wonderful conversation. But where we sit, from where we are, there is just one thing happening, and all of us should brace ourselves for a country that we do not wish to have. And if we are so serious, we can prevent that from happening. I don't know where were you, Alexa, on Saturday. But what I saw on Saturday was very chaotic. I don't know how the owners of English will consider it, but it was very, very chaotic. The folks will say it was traumatizing. for the passerbys, and we will open up the phone lines midway into the conversation for people to give their personal experiences. Perhaps, Alexa, we will open up the phone lines particularly for those who were negatively impacted on Saturday. We'll go into the details. We'll do the other analysis, but we just want to hear what people went through on that particular day. So, like I was saying, Alexa, I don't know where you were. When I'm picking high school, you can see, I don't know where you was. Yep. But English are English now.
Yeah.
He was not the one who created English, though. But keep your transaction coming in. Let me proceed to how you call this thing. Let me proceed to get Alexa. Let's get the
video
of what transpired on that particular day. And I want Liberians who are listening, especially those of you who were present along the Stockton Creek Battery Factory corridor, as far as the Tomo Village, Chocolate City, Tomo Village, Iron Factory, Chocolate City, and New Georgia Estate Junction, because the impact of the traffic extended up to the New Georgia Junction. Now, for those of you who are in the traffic, we do not want most of your, how you call this thing? We do not want you to call a lot to tell us what you experienced, because you did not go through the tear gas. You did not go through the rocks. You didn't go through the breaking of your vehicle windshields. We are asking those who were directly in the war zone this going Saturday. Those who were in the cars when the rocks were beating on the vehicles, breaking the windshields. I saw a keke Alexa 10 also down. Yep. Oh, where were you? I saw a keke 10 also down. The people in the keke, they fell down. They got to jump down. Some people almost fell in the river because of fear. Bullets were being fired. Tear gas launched repeatedly, endlessly. And I'm saying this to you. Community residents were forced to pack, to go indoors. Normal activities became standstill on Saturday between the Stockton Creek area at Jamaica Road Junction and the Battery Factory, Tomo Village, Iron Factory, Chocolate City, New Georgia corridor. We want people to tell us what they experienced before we go into the conversation. But I want to play what we gathered. This is a DN News production. What you're about to listen to is a kind courtesy of DN News, our sister media entity.
So another I'll keep turning the camera around. That's why. What is your eye? So you want to turn the camera around. That's it. But we are in the middle of the tear gas. So the police are moving people. How you doing it? Okay. Media. Welcome back to DN News Liberia. We are in the middle of the road here on the Japan Freeway around the Battery Factory, and the Liberia National Police has brought in reinforcement and they have managed to clear the road. Wow. So another one. Okay, turn the camera around that far. What is your eye? So you want to turn the camera around, that's it. But we are in the middle of the tear gas. So the police are moving people. How you doing? Okay. Turn Media.
Okay, all right. This is just a bit of what happened. Hold on. Let's try to get you additional ones. Yep, please. Let's try to get you additional ones. It was a particular chaotic scene on that day. It was a particular chaotic scene on that day. Okay, hold on. Let's find it. Hold on. Let's find it. Let's find it. Yep. Hold on. Let's find it. Okay. I think we have it now. So I want you guys to listen, and we will appreciate if those of you who were present on that particular day when this situation was happening. In simple English, that you're the one we want you to get your own particular, how do you call the thing? Your particular experience.
Welcome back. Folks, welcome back. Stone officers were even hiding their faces, causing serious fear. So what's the take on this, mommy? Being flooded with rocks.
The background detail about
Being flooded with rocks.
trigger this particular chaotic scene. What we initially investigated.
This is very chaotic, folks. The police need additional backups. I would say for what I'm saying here. The police need additional backups because these vessels are not relenting.
The presence of heavy security.
These vessels are not relenting. These vessels are not relenting. They seem to have prepared for this. Folks. I can tell you. For what I'm saying, they seem to have prepared for this. They seem to have police officer again. You cannot see a single police officer again on this road. Residents have taken control. Folks, it hasn't been easy for us here, I can tell you. Legal. Yeah, man. So, the police have retreated. The police have retreated.
Okay, Alexa. So the police would deploy, then they will run away. They will deploy, they will run away because the crowd was somehow uncontrollable. They could not control the crowd. That is the widest thing we have. Unfortunately, our brothers and sisters in the police got hurt. They got brutalized. We'll talk about all of those issues. But first and foremost, we want the people. We'll just open up the lines. What is the time? That's 27 minutes to 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We'll open up the lines for about 5 minutes. Please, 5 minutes enough. If you were around the Jamaica Road, Stockton Creek, Battery Factory, Tomo Village area on Saturday, and you were caught up in that particular situation, call us. You're the regular caller there, and I want your call to come embarrass the line. If you are not there, don't call the line. Please, I beg you. I take God to beg you. If you were not part of it, if you did not get caught up in the situation, please do not. If you were never caught up in the situation, don't call us. We won't talk to those who were in the midst of the turmoil. That you won't talk to. So please, when we announce the numbers and you are not there, don't call. We want people who are there, who experience their own stuff. So 086 500 104, 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. We will talk about it, but we want to know who all went through it and what was the experience they had. Let's talk to the first person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, okay, I'm fine.
What's your name?
Yes, April, we are calling from Southern Creek Community.
Were you part of the situation?
We were in the heat, we were tear gas, beating, giving us. I'm speaking to you, I'm not even well.
You are not well.
I said we were beaten by the police, we were brutalized by the police here.
Are you a resident?
In the morning, okay, so I was surprised. The police came, we took us from there, they brought a yellow machine, almost the sheriff. We asked them, the chairman went to them, they said they can't listen to the chairman. We told them, if people have any problem with us, this issue, it was unexpected. We will not fight the government, but you give us at least an hour. Let's see if even we can tell our people themselves, if they will move, then we can tell them ourselves. But they say, in fact, we are here to do the eviction. So we start talking to them, they refuse.
Do you guys know who the lady is? The lady who they say claiming the property. Do you guys know her? She not carried a code before?
The lady is okay. We are not even seeing her picture. We are not seeing her picture, and there's no notice of ever served. So we have never served any notice. We have not received any notice. They just brought a flying sheet in the morning. They said, "My manager, they also they brought the machine to bus." Now the citizens said, "Well, we will not fight the police, but what we do, we put a Yumo black, Yumo get, the machine will match us, then the machine match us. Right away, right after that black, go fit that guy. That's how the riot started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let leave you right. Okay, let leave you right there and talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing fine, sir.
Were you part of the situation?
Oh yes, sorry, I was part of the situation during the Saturday riot. I was in the traffic, I got up on the traffic, I nearly got wounded too as well. And that was my first time experiencing the use of tear gas.
You almost got wounded?
Oh yes, on the rocks that were torn at the scene. And we had to maneuver some kind of way to get out of that place. I just want to make my own contribution. I'm Reverend Jeremiah Mbeliti. We have to call the attention of central government concerning this issue.
Okay, we will talk about that later. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Thank you, Pastor. Yes, I'm okay. I'm calling for practice actually.
Go ahead.
Okay. This one Saturday when we saw we saw it. Can you imagine? We are doing business at the place. The police went far to our place. We were killing people out. We were all bad. So they can imagine a little kid to buy a cream for them. You want in the cake. No, because the judge has took the whole green up my life and what's all about it. How to where I live if I kill people written for the cake, what I want to arrest for people are running. When I read and read the auto that my workers have received them as the process, we are very bad because the police can't find and let people. The police do also brutalize. Therefore, the depart because the brutalize. The police officer will rescue by surveillance. Okay. So if I surveillance, another member will be dead. Okay. So it was very ugly, and we pray. I want you to call our district representative on the phone because he want to see trying to talk.
Okay, all right. Let's talk to other people. Hello, how are you? How you doing? We're good. Were you impacted by the situation?
I was impacted. My whole album, I'm
Wow. Okay. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you. Were you there? Did you experience anything that I want to know first?
Yes, I was there.
Okay, all right. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's talk to the person. Hello, how are you? Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's go. We want to talk to those who were present. 086-500-104, 0776-104-104. Those who were present are the folks we want to talk to. We want to talk to those who were present. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you? We are calling you New Georgia Estate.
New Georgia Estate. Were you around on that day?
Very, very sure I was around to admit. People have been telling me about the war that took place in Liberia, but I think our case, so I don't know. But this quarter is reminding when it was always giving me the story.
Go on.
It was not I was half together, but he can get and go back to New Jersey Estate. The that day I was heading to Douala.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Did you?
I'm Chino.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm Chino calling from Budget Factory.
Were you involved with what happened over the weekend?
Yeah, I was there. They didn't catch my brother. They said they all were in the act. Now I'm saying to my first time, say I'm my first time. When you have me to a tears guy there, no way. I left all my things there. It's no way. Yo, they catch my brother. Up to now, put it, they gave my brother. And my brother not part of it.
The part of what? What did he actually do?
They say I don't know, doing the spoon. They put it on, so they catch him. They say I don't know part of it. And my brother out there, we all were saying ready to be fighting. We were trying to cross to come to Jamaica way. He can go say to Jamaica. He said he went to the LDC here there. But they catch him.
Okay, let's take another person. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, hello, Queen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Dr. Mara calling from Memorial.
Your Charles, were you involved with what happened over the weekend?
Yeah, I was in my Mama.
What happened?
I was just going for one face before reaching to after Budget Johnson gets small gas station and the court donkey gas station when we reach there now. Nobody could see me get no longer. All of us got to out and they will run away.
Oh, it was serious to you got to run away from your own keke?
Oh, yes. And get what when all the places after I see that small, when we came out, the people, one of them hold me, one of the officers hold me. I told you about the man. Let's say no, they also they ain't showing driving lesson. They ain't showing kids, so I'm showing driving lesson on TV showing lesson.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's go take 4 more calls. Okay. Let's see. We'll quickly take these last callers. The last 4 calls. Man Sisi, you are in a traffic. Man Sisi, were you in Quarantine or you are in the traffic?
My daughter is dying right now for the tear gas.
Oh my God.
You understand? You want to go down market in red light. One course, you want to say, okay, I'm telling you. You know, you see, and I jump on my daughter's eyes. It was not easy. She went over for the bill up to all there and 5 people back to bring us to the character. My daughter was in a situation. She was in a situation when I up to 96, the eyes not take clear yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand? My daughter went off.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I can say let's see the catch pour the airport and bring it beyond. And so we're gonna get it something.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's talk to this other person. Quickly, this person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Go ahead. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Usman Dugle and I joined from Kawa Bridge.
We take two more. Usman, from where Kawa? What thing you're doing Friday, Saturday morning?
I'm on traffic.
Okay. How did it happen? What you saw?
As I'm speaking right now, my eye is hurting. Yes, because of the tear gas making my eye to hurt, and that day the rock touched the mirror. Everything is cracked right now. I'm in serious problem with my boss lady.
Oh
Wow.
Oh, your keke you were riding. It got affected.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Up to now, my boss says I should fix the keke before I put it on traffic.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Oh, imagine a boy. Let's say he has to fix the keke. Hello. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Were you there on that day?
I was live on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock.
Okay,
brother.
Go ahead quickly. I'll come right away to go.
That thing occurred with me right at the intersection where they get like gas station before we shoot the deck factory.
Okay.
They were stressed that brother I saw real thing I've never seen before. But man, the car I was in, my car, they can't that yellow machine I can take the deck. Thing was trying to enter in my man, the man is saying for that what happened. That thing hit what you get from me. Everybody I want to see this. So my wife and my someone in the car with me.
Wow.
But I experienced real tear gas. Now as I get in, my woman she's a brand woman, but so I want to ask you to get it program. But for me, I manage my way. But when I say even my little son say it's still going to it. Yeah, so it was really tense. I even saw that police truck when it was even forcing that way into that air factory. I was there. I saw the whole thing. I left out for 8 all the way almost 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Still in that traffic. It was very terrible.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to the last person, then we'll go to the topic. Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly. I'm running away from the show very soon. Go ahead.
How you doing, brother?
We're great. Quickly, let's hear you.
The voice of the Google pastor. I just come back and do my little thing. Everywhere is getting hot. What's going on?
Okay, thank you very much. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, he's good. Look, so Alexa, you listen to it. Police went to effectuate an eviction order on the request of a lady who is claiming a whole portion of battery factory. The community residents said, we've been owning the place for long. The elders who Samarkand do give the place to, they sold the place to us. We have been here for over 30, 40 years. It doesn't make sense at all. Like you just work out one money and can't say the place for you. You are not going to court before. You know, they have too many discrepancies in according to them, there were too many discrepancies in the person claiming the property's account. So unknown to them, the police people went there with yellow machine, decided to break their house, and they said no, that would not happen. It would not happen. And that's how they started chunking rocks. 3 police officers were wounded, including a police officer that I personally know. I personally know him. By the way, he's an in-law. A police officer who is close to me. I personally know him. You know him very well, Alexa. After the show, I will tell you. He was brutalized. His whole face opened up. Several other police officers were brutalized, disarmed, and wounded in the process. Alexa, I don't know what to say. In as much as I would not want to support violence, I will also not shy away from blaming the government of Liberia for what is happening in this country. Let me say sorry to all the police people who got hurt, including my own brother. Let me say also sorry to all of the community residents who got impacted, whether tear gas, whether by the police, or baton or whatever. All those who got injured, We want to say sorry. Yeah, we want to say sorry. Yep, we want to say sorry. All those who got injured. I don't know what the guys what they call it. Yeah, want to say sorry. But listen. Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. To have gone to the point of continuing to demolish people's properties when our border crisis in Guinea, at the Guinea border is still in rigmarole. For me, the government is taking a lot of risks. The government is risking the lives of the police people in service. The government is proceeding dangerously. You still enforcing demolition exercises in this place over ownership claims by multiple individuals who people do not know. Too many claims. The other person can say claim the other place, the other person claim the other place. Dubious claims. The government still providing police people to go break people's homes in cases that are believed to be manipulated by cash. It's been reported, Mo Ali said it the last time, that people are using money to influence judges to hand down demolition and eviction rulings in their favor. Those who got hurt, the police officer who got hurt, I hope Gregory Como will pay their medical bill and compensate them adequately for it. I hope they will be adequately paid, compensated, if not placed immediately on health insurance. Because a sound government, and by the way, I will soon be turning over. Alexa will take calls and we will be done from here. A sound government, Alexa and fellow Liberians, a government that cares for the people, a government that got respect for the citizens. From the day people start breaking people's homes in the country for demolition, the other one, a government that is respecter of the law, respecter of people's right and dignity, will look in the faces of those landowners and say, look, you know why? We have had too much of these claims and counterclaims of land ownership and this, people dying, people homes being broken down, people being frustrated, people being, traumatized on a daily basis. A sound government will set up a particular committee, eviction demolition committee, whatever way you will find it. But a sound government that is in the interest of the people will set up a committee that will have to look into every demolition case. I'm not saying you should do it outside of the judiciary. Government is about cooperation and collaboration. The president could talk to the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice could set up a particular panel of independent legal experts in this country who will be reviewing every particular court eviction order. That panel will include members of the Liberia Land Authority, lawyers from the courts, from the judiciary, and other key relevant actors on land matters in this country, including traditional leaders. So that by the time there is a court ruling, we're not saying that committee will do this, but the committee will have to look and study what the ruling is. Oh, they say, let's have them move from here. Okay, let's see the ruling. Who did the court rule in favor of? Austin Kawa. What Austin D? 1986. What Alexander D? 1994. But let's look at Austin D. Let's look at this, because sometimes some things happen in the court that are not okay. Beyond that, there should be a particular negotiation whenever the kind of how you call it thing, demolition, evasion, they come up. There should be a particular negotiation. The government should be able to call the partners to the table. So Alexa comes, she says she owns the whole Jogbata market area, the whole community. Let the government be able to call Alexa after that team finish doing their investigation to know whether the ruling was okay, everything was good, let Alexa be able to, the government should be able to call Alexa on the table, call the Chocolate Town citizens on the table to a meeting. Alexa will choose the same play for you. But please, Alma, excuse me. These people didn't bury all the horses here. Some people, they are willing to buy from you again. Will you accept? Some people are willing to do this. Look, there's not the only land. The government of Liberia can agree to provide you the same quantity of land and compensate you adequately. And maybe the government will have to collect money from the people because they will now become government liability. They will have to collect money from the people and do that. The government should do something that will mitigate the traumatizing effect on people who got their properties in this country. But for the government to sit down every single evasion order and just sit down and allow it go to that, it's troubling. Because some of the cases, like you tell, unless I tell Austin the court, by the time unless I win in a smaller court, why Austin looking for money to go to the Supreme Court to go file an appeal, unless I finish carrying yellow machine on the fish, you go break all Austin property. So why, if Austin is a legitimate owner, but because the judge in a small court was corrupt, so he allowed Alexa to win. Now Austin ran to the Supreme Court. Why he's always to the Supreme Court? Alexa finish carrying people with yellow machine to go break Austin properties. So if Austin wins the case, how do we solve the problem about the property being destroyed? The government should have a policy in place that will allow for people to exhaust all of the legal processes. If people know that government will not run directly to enforce demolition exercises, people will start getting afraid to go into the dubious thing of bribing small courts to start stealing people's properties around the country. And part of the reason why some of the community dwellers who spoke to them, they said part of the reason why we're standing up to the government is because when it started, people asked the president said, Ghana making new land. And so we've been on the land for 30 years. Since Ghana making new land, we're not going to lose our own land. Because we move from here, there is no new land for us. So we remain here. It boils down to how a leader can answer questions, how a leader can address issues of national concern, how a leader can see issues. Maybe if the president has spoken about the land issue in a more refined and reconciliatory way, the citizens wouldn't have had that kind of mindset to confront state actors. I say again, Gregor Como is risking the life of these police officers. Risking the life of these officers. Some foodie people just sit down, they go get money somewhere, bribe their way through, provide money, go to Central, pay some money for the policemen. And the very police officer, they don't even give them no money. They don't even get anything serious. You put them in harm's way. Same way we start having police people enforcing demolition and eviction. Eviction notices are often served by the court. The sheriff should go there and serve the eviction notice. If an individual is unhappy with that particular notice, he or she should have the right to go to the Supreme Court. That's the law. Until that process can be exhausted, while the police can all be in rush to run and carry police people, to go protect machine, to be breaking people's properties. Is this a particular syndicate that they are running? Oh, we got somebody in the police. By the time you do, policemen will come and go. Now you see your police people are being injured on a daily basis. The seize guns. Do you know what would have happened if some crazy protesters have held some, 2-3 of those pistols and start releasing fire? It would have been chaotic. It would have been chaotic. The government must exercise patience. The government must be able to exercise leadership. Look at what happened down there. People suffocating. The retired clerk of the Supreme Court, Honorable Dixon, his head was burst into. They broke his head. He said he received over 8 stitches on his head, Alexa. He away his daughter, the bossy head leaking with blood because you're trying to save his daughter. His daughter, you're trying to save that his daughter ended all coming back for him to save him. to save him because he was all in the pool of blood. Several other people. Another girl said her breath was cutting. People ran into people's homes that they not even know for refuge. Even in the homes they went to, the tear gas continued to go through the doors. You cannot continue to run government on this tendency of being brutal. All day you want to show power. Small thing you put police people. Small thing you pull up pick up with police. But we could not see the pick up with police to the drugs. They also having the drugs. The horse they took the 90 million drugs from. We could not see police pick ups to that house. But to go to Mobile to go for the gun where he disarmed the other police intel men from, they carry pick up with gun. To go take people land, they carry pick up with gun. To go for the drugs, to go to the man who is connected to the whole drugs issue, they could not carry pick up with gun. Just stop risking the life of the police officer. Already they are not paying plenty money. The police officer ain't receiving plenty money. Just stop risking their lives. The government should stop. But why the demolition thing coming back? They thought Guinea went on our land sooner. I mean, they thought Guinea just went on our land in Solomba. The whole demolition thing stopped. How come it coming back? Oh, because you feel the situation, people are causing noise again. That's why you won't come out to clean people property in Monrovia. It is wrong. It has to stop. It has to stop. Look at what happened right now in the country. Look at what happened in the country. It's terrible. It is. It's very terrible. It is very, very terrible. That people wake up in the morning, they don't even know what's happening. Before you know it, they come and break our homes. What kind of landowner there who were never around since 1934, that were saying in our country? The owners start showing face now because the party in power. The owners are showing face. Every weekend, people should lose their property. Some people, they broke their homes. They don't even know who the owner. Oh, the man win the case. Who the man? How you win case against me? You and my son go to court. How come you win my land, but I don't know you? But you win land case. You saw what happened in Badger Fadre? We are not going to support violence. But if the people get to understand that the government is not standing in their favor, if the government is not standing on their behalf, they will take matters in their own hands and they will solve the problem the way they solve it. Other community people start acting the way Badger Fadre people acted. Other community people start standing up the way Badger Fadre people stood up. The government must exercise high level of governance. When it continue happening, be very strategic. Be very strategic. Call the people. Call the people in a situation. Look, man, how the hell you say the whole Badger Fadre for you? In fact, can't let have the conversation. Subject some of the individuals to the land authority. Let them go there and explain. Because sometimes these people get come. One individual just go and look in the land authority or look in the archive and see some kind of land deed, get all the information, and call one client and say, "My man, I can fill land deed for you. See nothing to the people who are that land that." And I will do it in a way that it will be that he don't want to sign the deed for you. You just gotta carry the deed in the interior, put it in a rest attic for something like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you go back for it in the interior. You bring the deed back. You get smoke. Everything on it will be old. It will be looking old in a way that everybody will know say that. Hey, we know all of these things. So when somebody come out and say they're cleaning the whole place, the government should set up a system in a way that they'll be able to verify whether that person is saying the truth or the person is on BMSP. When you arrest 2-3 persons and put them in jail and deal with them, people will stop running after people property in the country. But you're not doing it. By the time one Tom, Dick, and Harry come from America or some kind of place where you got money, even Nigerian people are operating like Rainbow Osa, New Jersey Junction, that Nigerian man made the pole like Rainbow Osa. Every time Dick and Harry can come in like and say, "Oh, they play for me." And how the police, by the time you say that, the police quit to go and support somebody to go remove people from all their properties. That's why you're risking the life of the police officers. Some of the officers, they just there because they ain't got what to do. Now you're making the officer life to be in harm's way. There'll be time you will go to that basement to go look for officer, to go for enforcement, to go do demolition. You will not see no officer in the basement. There are times you not see officers in the basement because they cannot continue to raise their lives because some big people in government got their friends who they won't get promoted overnight, and for some reason they just choose to do it anyway they want to do it. Look at what happened. See the amount of people who call in on the radio now to tell you how they were impacted by that situation. It's terrible. It's terrible. We cannot keep having it. It is not nice. We cannot keep having it. We can't. I'm gonna submit quickly and let's start to continue. After taking call, we'll be done. I'm rushing somewhere. But listen, the president was here yesterday. They interviewing about the Guinea land issue. You hear what the president said? Guinea president said his forefather told him, said we're living down there before and we have to do so. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Liberia land, Guinea take it. The country, he saying nothing good. Hey, we can do diplomacy. We can, and let's say the government doing diplomacy without one. The government doing family discussion without one. But one man can work on and say he got a whole budget factory. The government is able to play the twin mother role to negotiate between that person and the whole community. The government can go take police and start firing, breaking people's homes. But like I was laying there in Guinea, when they ask the president, he say, "Oh, our great grandfather then were all living together." What great the people too in budget factory said that great grandfather then were living on that land too. So the woman not come and say it for her. But the police is providing protection for the woman to go break the people's homes. But the president telling we must listen to the same great grandfather story that Dumuya explaining, and the Guinea people must be on our land. I mean, how are we living? You can't be diplomatic with a country land. Then you say you enforcing order on private land in the country. No. You can say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, the government must be held liable for what you see happening. And I just hope other communities will not follow suit. Because when battle fighting started, some communities will start will join it. Some communities now, if you come out, you say they won't play for you, the people will not get a chance. Because that nonsense, it has to stop. We can keep having people encroaching on people's properties in this country, just like that. We can. You just work out, you say the whole community, not even one lado, the whole community, over 200 houses, he said for you. That your pa own Monrovia. The very basketball who own the play from way back. They saw it ever since. They don't even get time. Somebody will just come out and say the whole play for them. No, what's that? And the government is not. Look, even President Sali, the way we can you talk President Sali will be President Sali. She did all nothing. But there were some cases she was saying, "Oh, I think you have to delay small until we can investigate." How many demolition exercises you saw going on, President? We are how many? Since we enter under the whole rescue government time, every day, every weekend, some kind of family will lose their property. And the so-called land owner, then we don't even know them good. Or no. Just work out one money, he say the land for you. Man, this is bad. Very, very bad. But I'm not going to say more. Unless I will hear you. I mean, unless I will make our own input on it, we'll take additional calls, and we'll call it a day. But what happened to Battery Factory? As I take my leave, what happened to Battery Factory is a disaster. It's a shame. If the police stop that thing, they will continue to lose a lot of men. Plenty of the officers will be injured. Now, I'm not wishing that happens. I'm not wishing that community people become violent. But when the people can no longer have trust in the system, especially when the president is often seen making, dismissive comments on key issues. That lane issue, the president needed not to have said, "Gonna making new lane." He needed not to have said that. That didn't make people angry. That didn't make some community people and say, "Okay, but then the president also talk for all." When you can say, "Gonna making new lane," I mean, we gotta defend our lane because at the end of the day, Gonna making new lane. Now you see now some community people start taking out Gonna making new lane serious. When they were interviewing some of the children in Battery Factory, they were saying on Saturday, they said they paid our property. The president said, "Gonna make a new lane." So we are saying we're not saying here, and another person can take our lane. So you see what happening? Because they're following the leader. They're following the leader. That's why a leader must be careful on what he or she will say. If you do not measure your utterances, they become policy statements, and people will tend to emulate what you say and do what you do. So that's why I ain't gonna say more. will hear you, and take some calls. I gotta run. I gotta run to be back. But that's what it is.
Um, okay, so the thing about land dispute, it has caused a lot of problems over the years, and it is always the ordinary people who are on the side where the effect cannot be, imagined. And it's actually sad because this is not the first time we have seen Liberians, fight for their land. This is not the first time in recent, moments, this is not the first time we have seen one person, claim an entire community or an entire space where you have about tens of Liberians, situated. And it is sad because the people who are responsible to work this out the proper way, they do not care at this point in time. We have some of the very government officials saying people are being bribed to manipulate the court systems just to have people who have money, people who have influence to take over these different lands from ordinary Liberians. It is really sad. Oliver kept asking me where I was on Saturday. He knows I'm always busy on Saturday, so I watched some of the videos. I saw exactly how it was. Saturday was like or they were watching Moba Molu's own saga, and then we saw what was happening there on the Japan freeway, which was very, very unfortunate to have Liberians to be hurt, to have Liberians to be brutalized, to also have Liberians to muster the courage to fight for a space they have always considered their home, or space they've always belonged. And when you see a lot of people, ordinary people, getting together to fight for what they believe in, it says a lot about where we are. It says a lot about how, when the people, the government of the day is not doing what should be done in regard to handling something like that land dispute, it means people are always going to protect themselves. People are always going to protect their own properties. People are always going to stand up for themselves because the system has already failed them. The system they're trying to believe in, the system doesn't care about them. And that's basically what happened over the weekend. We took a few calls earlier on before Oliver stated his point, and you listen to some of the people, some of them for the first time, they experienced, something about being tear gassed. Some of them, they don't live on that side, but they're people who are involved with business. They're people who are, on traffic. And because they were on that road, I don't want to say that was the wrong time, but the wrong situation occurred. So some of them were affected. You listen to Mansisi, she talked about her daughter who is having some issues with her eyes right now, and they keep putting eye drops and stuff there. And for that, I empathize with all of you, because imagine you are in your own space, or space you have known to be your home for years, 10, 20, 30, you've been there for decades. You have, given birth to your children there. Your children are there. That's the space they call their home. And now this happens. One person wakes up in the morning. That person walks to you with a court document saying to you, I own this space. And to be even more interesting, this person is accompanied by police officers to effectuate, a court order to have people to leave their space. It is crazy because usually the way the system works, you take someone to court. And if you are in court together, you guys go back and forth, you present your documents, you present your deeds, and at the end of the day, that person already knows what's happening. But you cannot wake up in the morning and go to someone, or you go to an entire community, and you are telling this community, I have come to claim or to reclaim my land. You guys need to leave this space. You need to vacate from this space. you're evicted. That's not how eviction works. This person needs prior notice. This person needs prior, communication. But just listening to some of the people, they did not, at a point in time, did not get anything. Some of them, for the first time, they were hearing that yesterday, that where they are, that space doesn't belong to them. So how do you expect someone to react like just in split seconds? Oliver has been here for years. He doesn't know anything about this land belonging to Alexa. One morning, Alexa walks there. Alexa tells Oliver, this is my space. You need to leave because I have a court order. So you need to go. How does Oliver react? Does that make sense to you? It doesn't. It doesn't make sense to you. And we have been on this entire demolition situation. We have been on this entire eviction thing, not just today. I remember at a certain point in time, everywhere, everybody was talking about it. We had the 72nd area. That was something we talked about. It was like very huge. We had the Saytown area. We talked about that again. So this is not the first time. And it always goes back to the same thing about the government, the people in authority not wanting to do the right thing. Maybe because they're not in that situation. So it is not a problem. Maybe because it is not their family member. So it is not a problem. Do you know what people go through? And now the question is, are we really safe? When you talk about safety, it's not just, we don't have guns. People are not shooting on a daily basis. That's not just safety. Safety is going to bed and waking up in the morning, even in the midst of your hustle, being peaceful that no one is going to walk up to you after 30 years of being in a space and that person tells you, this is my space, without proper communication. What sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. And this continues to destroy a lot of people. What happened could have been prevented. 100%. The energy used to focus on something else, that energy was going to be channeled in handling what was happening over there. But police officers were hurt, brutalized. Citizens were hurt, brutalized. And some of them, they're still traumatized today. Imagine today is Monday. Saturday happened. Oliver talked about his in-law. This could have been prevented. Police officers were now going to be hurt. Our citizens were not going to be hurt at all. This could have been prevented if the right thing was going to be done. But no, you guys don't care. Whatever happens, or when you listen, or we have people are agitating, you send police officers. You send police officers, and if the people are very strong enough, and the thing about strength, not just your physical thing, but mentally, when you're prepared to protect yourself, you're prepared to protect your property, you don't care who it is. It was really disgraceful for some of our police officers. Imagine their arms were taken from them, according to some of the things I watched and some of the different videos played. If you listen to some of the things that happened, the journalists narrating, the commentary, you will know exactly what happened. That was very disgraceful. People were going to the market to sell, and some of them couldn't make it because why? What was happening there. I know letting the court tear gas, I experienced it for the first time. I remember some kind of time here when they blind people to people living with disabilities at the ministerial complex. I remember that time. I had gone there to see a friend of mine. It was a night, evening hours, when that tear gassing was happening. That was the very first time I experienced it. I already get out trouble. My eyes burned. I was not even close by. I was in a store and still I was affected. So imagine people who were there. Imagine people who were there. People who are going to sell in the market, people who are going to do their normal hustle. Imagine you're in a keke, then they bring tear gas, bene. Your whole abo, a problem. You're in a taxi, they bring tear gas, bene. Imagine you riding on a bike. Imagine. So plenty of people just got hurt for nothing. So ni nale government coming to handle. And then lenting and genanting. It doesn't make sense for one person. Like after how many years? Then you can't tell the people say the error for me. The court finna give me the order. What kind of court gave you the order now? That's why sometimes when people sit and say we think the court system is a bit corrupt, with some of the individuals there are corrupt, and then sometimes you want to fight them. Do not fight them. I'm sure they know what you're saying. Because imagine this. It happened in Johnsonville the other day. Here we are. So Jack, wake up one morning. I said, hold on, loafer for me. I got, a court order. It didn't make sense at all. At all. One person had the tenacity, the bravado to go to hundreds of Liberians, hundreds of ordinary people. You tell and say the area for me. Then you expect the people to get you can it? It's impossible. In as much as we're always against violence, in as much as we're always saying say no to violence, wherever it happens, call law enforcement officers, because we're always playing Crime Stoppers Liberia. We cannot control how people react in a moment when their space is being taken away from them without prior notice. I would sit here and tell and say, you're not supposed to do that. No. I mean, I cannot say that would be unfair to them. Because I don't know how to feel. I can only imagine it. So to make sure all these things do not happen, we said this before and we're saying it again. To make sure all these things do not happen moving forward, the government should do what is right. We have the land, it was land authority before, but it's commission now, yeah. Right? The government should do what it can do. You have the authority responsible to investigate, to make sure that this person is the proper owner, and then you have the judicial system. All these people who are responsible. The government should do what is right to prevent this. Because imagine what happens. Imagine how those people reacted. Imagine how some of them, they are still hurt. And even police officers who have gone there. Letting out one person, Bene. Land dispute can make people to die. People can die in land dispute, Bene. Now, it happening everywhere. All the different continents who get in the country. It happening. This morning, something will happen here. The next morning, it will happen in other space. It keeps happening. And the patterns are just the same. The reason is because the people who are supposed to change these patterns, they continue to do the same things. So it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So the energy you guys use on, handling other things and stuff, some of the things are even unnecessary. You should use that same energy to work on these land disputes across the country. Because if care is not taken, we're going to see a lot of what happened Saturday. We're going to see a lot of those. A lot. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. Maybe you're going to get one person, two persons, three, or an entire group of people and put them in jail. In the meantime, it doesn't stop it that it is going to happen again. So to just stop all these things that are happening, you be serious and work the thing out. You have done it. You say in the justice system. Does it make sense to you for one person to just get out one money and come to you say the error for me? The person that informed you before, you and this person, you're not going to court before. It makes sense to you? No. It doesn't make sense. That's the best way I can put it. It doesn't. So I think it is important for the government of Liberia to work this out. The judicial system, they should work this out. Or else, maybe the people then they'll be living from the community. They'll be forgetting about the officer and you're sending there to enforce the court order. They will come to you. Yeah, the era will reach now, then it will be serious. It will be serious. And what is even really sad is some people have their stores, they have their shops. I'm sure some of them, their business areas were messed up Saturday. I'm sure. So at the end of the day, they lost. So how do you pay back? How do you do that? Are you going to pay them back what they lost? Because when you have agitation somewhere where you have police officers, you have people being tear gassed, you have violence here and there, a lot can happen in that moment. And whatever happens, who do you blame? In this case, you know exactly the answer to that. So are you going to pay back? No, you're not going to pay back. So those people are just going to sit there. They're going to worry about how their business is going to, work out again and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense, people. And I don't want to sound rude because I'm not rude. So that's the simplest way I can put it. It doesn't make sense to have an actual government that is to work in the interests of the people, whether it is about land disputes or not, to hear these people out. What exactly would it take? It wouldn't cost an arm or a leg to have a dialogue, have a sit down and listen to these people. Okay, you guys have been here for how many years? 30 years, 40 years. And you, madam, you're saying this place belongs to you. Like when? What's the document? Have a sit down and let everybody talk about it. But again, I cannot blame these people because Oliver said something about having a president. And I said this the other day. When you have a leader who makes a statement that sounds like it is comedy, that sounds like it is not a serious statement, people are not going to be taken seriously when these things, arise. Because the last time, 72nd, we saw what happened. The president visited, Liberians were crying again. And the president said, God is not making new land. That was a trend for a couple of days. And after that statement, people were brave enough, or people became brave enough to just go anywhere and say, I'm an area, go and creating new land. And when someone asked, are you now going to consider these people? The president said, consider who? Right? So I think, again, our president needs to be a bit careful with how he speaks on some of these issues. Because at the end of the day, someone is going to say the president had already said this. So I'm not going to say anything. God is not creating new land. So this is my space. Whether you've been here for how many years, that doesn't concern me. You leave. I reclaim my property. And that's the trend. That's something that has been happening and it continues to happen. I still say there's a need to have a dialogue to prevent violence, to prevent agitation that will lead to people being hurt and traumatized, that will lead to people losing their businesses. A boy called, I don't know if it's a boy or a man called, let me just say that. And he said, the keke, like he can be riding enough for him. And he was affected. Something happened to the keke. He boss, they say like he will face it. You see the same thing we're talking about. Now they may cause the thing, but because he was on that particular role, because he was in that particular area at that time, now he has to do what he doesn't really need to do, but he has to do it. He needs to do it anyway. You see? Now the same thing done it again. So it doesn't take anything away from you to settle these things amicably. Len Bene killing people when people ready to fight, people take colossus. BP stagnant. They fighting each other for what thing? Len Bene. Len Bene. And it keeps happening. So one would have thought that this was going to take a different direction because of the president we have, because of the rescue mission that's here to rescue the people. It was not about one sector. It was not about one aspect of governance. It was about everything, every sector. Land business, like beating. So that's another sector. For real. So y'all please work this out. Because we wouldn't want that to be repeated. I'm sure that maybe the people over there are preparing again just in case someone else goes there. And it is going to be worse than it was. And that's not something we want. In as much as we discourage violence, I said this earlier on, you still cannot dictate to people how to act when something is being taken away from them. When a place they call their home is being taken away from them without prior notice. And that's a problem. That's a major problem. So when the Saytown situation happened, an old lady was there, and that was another sad thing. I don't even know where some of those people are now, but I'm sure, yeah, something is happening, kind of. There was an old lady, and she said she has always been there. She narrated about her husband, who was blind, by the way. And that was a very sad thing to see, sad thing to witness, sad thing to hear. She was live on one of, these online news outlets. She explained, and her and her husband were made homeless. They didn't know where to go. She was asking people to help her because she needed a space. After that happened, you had some of those people sleeping there in the cold. Yes. And we still had some of, our colleagues who are journalists. They were there still reporting what was happening. Some of those people were sleeping in the cold. Imagine that. Isn't that sad? Because again, at the end of the day, there was no proper dialogue at all. Some people got up in the morning, especially the people who can sleep by with. They get on all the things, they put breaking it already. You can see, right? I feel really bad for that old lady and her husband, who is blind, by the way. I don't know where they are, but some Liberians, offered to help, and I think there was some $1, $2 here and there, and stuff. Other than that, you still had other people there. People had a little kobo shop and and everything else. Miscommunication is a problem. And where does that come from? It comes from the government. One of the three branches. It comes from there. Right? Because it was about the court again. Oh, this is my space, and this, it has been like this, it has been like that, blah, blah, blah. You'll be calling the people in, you'll be having conversation in, you'll be talking it in before the worst can happen. We begging you. Because it can be sad. For real. And everybody wouldn't be able to help. everybody wouldn't be able to help. We're just going to talk about it, and that's that. We're still on the drug situation. Today is 20th of July. It has been a month, couple days. It started like a wildfire. You know, when you were in the forest and then you see the fire, like it keeps going like this, like this, like this, and then it stops. It started like October rain. You know how October rain is. It comes with strength, and after a couple minutes, it stops. The drug business, people have stopped talking about it, but we're still here talking about it. How far with that, we don't know. So the energy that should be used to handle other things, you can take the energy and put it a different thing. Like you never need that energy to go to. Like the land bidding that happened Saturday. No, it shouldn't have gone that way at all. It has been said that the space that hosted the 19 point something million consignment of drugs, that space was identified according to the people who were sharing all the pieces of information and whatnot. We're yet to see police go there. We're yet to see that. We're yet to see the same energy. We're yet to see all of the, oh God. It is so disappointing sometimes to be a Liberian. Imagine you have your independence celebration is a few doors away. Liberia is going to be 179 years old. And we're still here discussing these things. Serious just been it on hold. The other one, it on hold. But the land been it can never be on hold. So you get all the people going there. Blue, 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 blue. At the end of the day, you see the thing that can happen. Here we are with another unfortunate situation. So all the energy, the effort, where does it go when it has to do with something else that everybody is concerned about? Where exactly does it go? We don't know. So we keep asking. And sometimes I'm sure people who listen to this station, people get actually tired. Maybe some of them get tired. But we're still asking the questions. Where are we with this 19.2 million drug situation? Where are we? How far? How far? Mr. Inspector General of Police, Greg, how far? I don't want to talk about the OIC of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, but how far? All of you, joint security, how far? Where are we? Is there a new update? We don't know. We keep asking because we need to ask. Mr. President, you commented again yesterday about the situation in Lofa County, the Solomba border area. I'm sorry, guys. Anytime I talk about this Solomba border area, it be so crazy to me because I cannot believe it. I cannot fathom that we are still here and we're still talking about that area. It has been how many months now? I can't even remember. But it started. We were talking about it. We're asking all the questions. And at a point in time, people who were asking all the hard questions, they were labeled. They were labeled as people who do not care about this country, people who are, unpatriotic, people who are not nationalistic. All those things. People were saying, oh, why you stay on it? You want people to tell the land. Exactly. So what should we say? What exactly should we say? Mr. President got back, and again he was asked about the land business. The first time when he was not here and talked about we're family. Of course we are. Mano River, Union States, of course we are. ECOWAS, we are. No one takes that away from us. But where are we? How far with the Solomba border area? Are we just going to sit here and forget about that? We did not say go there and fight war. No, we've never said that. You talk about diplomacy. You talk about, oh, we're using the diplomatic, ways, which is something that's okay, commendable. But how far with that? What are the discussions? What are the updates? Mr. President cannot tell us straight up what the updates are, but he tells us that now it was in history about Guinea people, how they call it, and one day will get better. Mr. President, every day is one day. Every day is another day. When does it get better? We are celebrating another independence under your presidency, Mr. President. And we're still here discussing the Salumba border situation. We don't know where we are. We don't know the updates. And on the other hand, we have Liberians who have been, on a daily basis taken from their different spaces because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons are saying this place is mine. We have a court order. Where are we? Like, how far is this going to go? Are we even safe here? How far is this going to go? How far? So let's just forget about the Guinea border thing. Yeah. President Boakai says it is going to get better one day. Because the president of Guinea has always known that we're family. We're family people. He's my nephew. That was the other time. And now it gets better. When does it get better? When? Is it next year? Is it 2028? Is it 2029? Or should we just forget about it? And it is actually unfair to Liberians. I know we have a portion of our population that's gullible. Every society has that particular portion. I know we have that. But you still have people who are very concerned. You still have people who are asking every day, like, what's up with that? At a point in time, it became an abomination for a person to ask about the Solumba border situation. Stanton said one of his reporters, I think, was being chased. He said that. We played that here when he said that. When people talk about it, it is a problem. Today, Yeke Koluba, the situation in Nana, la 14 minutes, it's important thing. Because he said his piece. A lot of people said their piece. Plenty of people. But they were labeled. They were labeled. Different names, different adjectives. And you have the people who are on the defense force. They were saying, you're not letting the country. You're on out of war. Who says something about fighting war? You are an independent nation. You need to protect your sovereignty. Diplomatically, you need to. So if it means you need to have a sit down and have a serious discussion and get back to the people who made you president, the people who trusted you to govern this country, that's the simplest thing to do. Update us. At a point in time, the information ministry on their regular, I don't know if it's a comedy show or whatever it is. I'm sorry. They were saying if you said that, you can go there and go for it. Imagine. Is that what you say to people? People who are scared, people who were confused, people who were concerned. Because obviously, when you are not getting the right information from the right space, you ask different questions. And that invites speculations across the board. So people were speculating. People were asking questions. Then you can't tell the people say, when you be there, you can tell them when you go there. Something happened to you in the country or you're okay. Liberians did not ask for this. Liberians did not bargain for this. No. Liberians did not. So why we're still here hinting at what Mr. President said, the comments, Mr. President also went to Guinea at a point in time to have a conversation. Yeah. He went to, and he was accompanied by Julius Maada Bio from Sierra Leone, the president of Sierra Leone. So it has been months. It has been weeks. It has been days. It has been hours, minutes, seconds. And we still do not know as a country the status of the border issue. So we'll leave it at that. As a country, we don't know what's up with the drug situation. So we should leave it like that. And all the energy you put into something else, you have Liberians fighting for their land. You have Liberians crying for their land. You have Liberians being made homeless in a society that is to protect them, in a society that is to seek their welfare, in a society that is to make sure their best interest is prioritized. And you sit here and you label people because you have the mouth, you have the words to use and label people. Something is wrong with you. Something is automatically wrong with you. The country is already the way it is. People wake up in the morning, and for people who are selling, even though the sellers are more than the buyers, people still go to their business places to sell because they need to get something for their family. They need to feed their families. They need to send their children to school. They're not complaining about that. In as much as they will say the country is hard, they keep pushing every day, every day. But to have them be made homeless, that's another degree of cruelty. I'm not going to lie. And then when people talk, all these hypocritical bunch, they will say, "Your jail won't talk because you're not let it country." How do you like your country when you are making people homeless without these people being informed about what is happening with their land? And you think you love Liberia more than anyone else? You think you're more Liberian than anyone else? You're sick. You're insane. You are insensitive. And that's not what should be happening. No, that should not be happening. And when everybody was also concerned about Mr. Boakai, being in a club where his son performed live, people were talking about it again. And he said, "Oh, like crime for the men to go and support his son." When you get, and people talking about Joe Spinney. Wow. Wow. I wouldn't have thought in a million years that we would have people defending and people doing more than what they criticized and people becoming what they criticized. But again, this is an interesting time to be a Liberian and to be in Liberia. I'm happy to experience being a Liberian and being in Liberia at this point in time. It is interesting. And I think we're living it. We'll continue to live it. Before I go to the lines, because I know a lot of you want to call in, we're going to take calls from you in the next couple of minutes. I will say this. This land issue, factually, it is not new. No. But the pardon is something that is a bit new. Because we've always had, land issues. People have always been claiming, reclaiming. It has always happened. And it will continue to happen. What is new is the pardon. And that's what I do not live for. And I think that's also what some Liberians wouldn't live for. Because no one wants to go to bed after hours of regular hustle and that person wakes up in the morning and they're being made homeless. No one wants to experience that. No one. No one wants to experience that. So again, I believe the Liberia Land Authority should The Liberia Land Authority. I know that's just a space, an entity that's responsible to go do their surveys, their this and that. But I will call them the Liberia Land Authority, the judicial system, the court system. That's the main, like the main area done it. In fact, like the main area done it. You see that like whole court system, like the area they probably can come from. Yeah, because people then get they get a friend in, or they have some of their connects. Now we say, don't worry, check on. In that land done it, you say it for you, blah blah blah. We'll do what we can do. You go back your way, bam bam. The thing that's not supposed to happen will happen. So I think, in as much as they're trusted people, they're professional people, they're people who are fair enough to do the right thing, you still have people who are corrupt. And you cannot get rid of that in every system. You have people who are corrupt. So if you cannot get rid of the corrupt people who continue to bring problems and make Liberians homeless, it means it is not ending soon. So we begging you, ha, you're doing the thing you're supposed to do to work this out. Because maybe in the morning again, we'll wake up to different unfortunate news. God forbid, say. You hear say people beating each other. They using murder pencil to beat police people here. Or the police people doing their one because they nah. Just stop it. So the court system needs to be looked at. Liberal Land Authority, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. You have your whole land arts, the land right arts. You'll have that. You'll know what is supposed to happen, what's not supposed to happen. But again, some people can bypass that thing and go do they want to do. Oh, they go by something you're doing. As the same court system, you'll do the thing you're supposed to do. We beg you, because at the end of the day, when a person believes that they can no longer be protected by the power that should protect them, that person takes protection into their very own hands, and that person is going to protect themselves. That's what I see happening. That's exactly what I see happening. When you think the people who are supposed to protect you cannot protect you, you start to protect yourself however way you deem necessary. And sometimes it doesn't end well. Oftentimes it doesn't end well. But again, who is going to feel the most pain? The ordinary people. One of the people who called, a guy called, and he said his brother was arrested, in fact. They were not even part of what was happening according to him. They were passing. They were standing on the other side of the road. But because they wanted to go do their one yet, they catch a brother, they put a brother in jail, say a brother were part of the people who were actually dating. You see? You see the thing we're talking about? The other man saying, Levy, can he run away? It is funny, it is serious. Right? So all these things are happening. It's serious and funny. And a bad and very, very sad. But your president said one day will get better. In fact, our president said it is going to get better. I don't know which one is going to get better, whether the land dispute. You see the land dispute thing? We're in Guinea, we own it. Then you get the people on the other side, then one person, they own it. So every day, since God creating new land, it will not be easy in the country, but we're here and it is going to get better for real. It is going to get better. Now I don't know how the people are going to be happy to celebrate, another independence. I don't know. Because people are going to be sleeping with an eye open. So they're not going to be relaxed. But we're here. So I'm just going to take a very short break, and after that break, we're going to take calls from you and call it a day here on today's presentation. So for those of you who know the numbers, 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. So you can call us in the next couple of minutes and after our break, and then we're going to get to it. Okay, would like to say welcome back. I'm trying to. So, would like to say welcome back, and we're already getting calls from all of you. So we're going to take your calls. When you call us, please just go strictly to the point. When you call us, please go straight to the point, and we'll beg you. I know they won't go into my ball poker Robert. I know when you call, you won't call all you won't call all the meaning, right? So please, when you call us, just call your name because we have like a few minutes to go. Call your name and just make your point. We talked about the land, soccer in that happened over the weekend. Earlier on, you guys just said what you needed to say for people who experienced that. So now just say what you have to say, and then we'll be good on that note. We have a caller. Hello.
Yeah, we didn't say that.
Hello. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me say hello to KOK.
Hello back.
The official spokesman, the official spokesman of the British movement, William Tedu and General Carwell. And let me say thanks to you ever so much for always doing your people well. For what I saw Saturday, it is a comment bringing those violence whatsoever. Because you can't say one person say whole community. I mean, that's not that the people respect the rule of law. If the case is court, why the case, I'm not going to give it then you come in and say, you kill me. Government official political bringing everything. So you get it from someone for that. For what? What the following is there? What is it going to be to? You can come to rescue the people, you hear the people, you can do that. They just found out what balancing around. And you come in, I think the people have a right to stay over because you said you said in the law. They said you know what to do, we support violence. And they said you just work with the happy in our community. They want to have it state to DC. They feel like that they have the invasion. Now they don't get it there. I don't know where they want to put on, now they don't get it. They put all that down. So the whole group of them after they will work for that dream. They'll bring care of your let's stop doing that. Thank you also, Mama.
Okay, thank you. We'll take another person. Hello.
Hello, my name is William T. Hammond. I'm calling from District 13.
Go ahead.
One time when it comes to the land issue, I think the government want to come chaotic. Because of your community, like in question, this is not the first time, this is the second time, even the third time.
Wow.
How somebody will own land in Australia, 35, 85 acres of land, and then you will be sleeping before you wake up, you get police people to your door to demolish people's houses. I think government did not proceed well. They're not doing justice for the citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Where they want for the people to go right now? The people that present all the land, all that there right now, where they want the people to go. If you have a land issue, you will call the community chairman, the community people, the people that are responsible, just say on the round table.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to invest in a particular area, you want to remove the people, you remove the people. But then you will not do it soon in the morning before people wake up. Then you are using the police to risk their own life. Because what they're doing, they're risking their life.
Oh, I agree with you.
Actually, they're risking their life. So then now, if you will remove those people that more than 85 human beings that on the land, you remove them, where they going? So we're asking Mr. President, Mr. Walker, please tell the police to go and free our land and the world land. That is land that in much that people are presented over. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A lot is happening, and this is not a good thing for our country. Hello.
Yes, hello, Sister Lisa.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, this is Pastor Jeremiah Mbeliti. I just want to talk about the issue of this land dispute in Liberia. We are asking our judiciary branch of government and executive to get involved with this thing, so that one day somebody will come and say they own Liberia, and we want to know who really own the deed, who keeping the deed of Liberia, because we are getting so depressed that somebody will come, somebody will come and say, oh, we own Liberia. So we have to put our feet down to make sure that the land right also favor the citizens in the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One morning we're going to wake up, Hello. Mansisi, hi. Lenny for a minute. Sorry about your daughter's situation.
Okay, look, and that's I want to ask. So the children that were speaking to the people that the GCS and the elector. I want to ask your grandfather on local council that the GCS bring to us. Government will know what happening. So see, they will see the children narrative that we are doing wickedness, we are bad, we are this. They were speaking against today. So see the rescue government taking for their homes without any non-government document. So put it in the street and they are doing the rescue here, my brother. They rescue the people all, I ain't bring to all. So it's something happening, my brother. Just now I talk about it, I can walk back. But it's not affected. She won't go on the street. They don't want relish or physical condition. But I think error. So when they rescue the brought to us and the street, so the police not doing it. Tell me now when they rescue the brought to us. And so the main issue, they won't get muscle for Liberia people, will not get muscle for Guinea Soya. Your friend may challenge you and challenge your bed. You can't go there. So we're going to bed for that. And you think you are doing the right thing? When it comes to protect people that you ever there, we're going to remove people for who you ever there. The way you do the rest of the story, or I'm going to rescue you. They will get everything your possession, all my leadership. Why are they rescuing? Why can't I give you always be happy?
Oh well. Hello. Good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Come up with Janet. You will be released by name. I represent Concern Librarian for Justice.
Concern Librarian for Justice. Anything happening? What you get to say?
Yes, I want to register the concern of the concerned people. Unless what is happening it is a legal form of robbery. You know, no robbers can go in a man through a legal system. But when you use the code to rob the common people, then we say that as a legal form of robbery. These guys are using the code to ostracize and grab land. They are ostracizing their people and see them grabbing their land. They grab their land, and land and lesser is a form of entitlement.
Yeah.
What makes you a citizen of a nation of a land? There's land. When you have one in Middle East, the root of that word is land. So this is what taking land issue to be a public thing. But let me give it out to those students around our community and say we are having enough is enough. Let me give it out to them. That's the way people land to stand up for their rights. That's the only way that these things will come to an end. Let me conclude quickly by going to President Bwakai. President Bwakai will go protest and he will go play armed men among us and do all kind of shenanigans to scare people away. But it doesn't mean that you are answering our question. The question of the 90.2 million jobs is still lingers. Where it came from? Who kept it? How it was protest? How come they tell it to a market queue and they were carrying it to the airport to export it? These are many questions that we need answers to. When you start January 1st, 2024 to be president of Liberia, you start a president zone. And that president zone is why you are deporting us. So we are kind of remind you. Thank you, Alasa.
Thank you so much. We're going to take 5 more calls because I also have to run. Hello.
Yeah, that's my best, my dog.
How you doing, Mama?
You're taking it easy. Yeah. Thank you.
I
want the government. Where any said I swine for government. When we people who want to buy dry land is for the private people. They all is far out the government I get people to get it now. What people will sit down that they rescue we let the party. You're picking up problem. Now you're more out to go. You're picking all of my you're picking up. You're walking I want not that to break it up with horses so careful get for it. Yes, I don't come for protest. Y'all get up resort. That's Saturday, let's have break it to horses. That's what I said people I get rule. But the people get rule. See that be a poor lad, they say your nephew. You will put on the power. Your answer never all. What they will go say that? I eat the community. I eat the water. They move about the family to carry. That person. They lay enough for everybody. If for one person, they put move and say that to the mayor. They say that they let you go. When it's done, they say that for them. Let me go on. You let the party. You get experience for 14 years. That is experience inside. You're only one way that you're only la bureau. That say you get all la bureau. The day will pay. So your pay government will pay that day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm coming from real life.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, the whole thing it will continue because this party is not in charge of everything. So what now really we will do now? The Western get up, fire the people elected and get rid of them. Because this is somewhere for 40 years, and somebody can say that my grandfather, my great grandfather. So what you study, other people to go. So where were you when Labra was from the 80s, from the 70s, they were not around. But people been there, then you can't take people from look at it in the second. That is what I said. When I mean, not like the person who they put a shame is still the show. They will be out of the long time.
Oh no.
Yeah, fire the people like it, they move on your side. That's all. No, you get someone, you get someone 2 times. Why they study that go now? Look at one happy in our place talking about one only was living in Oka.
A lot has happened. Hello.
Yeah. How are you, Mama? It's the simple story calling from Farm Bay.
Go ahead. You're the second to the last caller.
Yeah. You know, calling to Liberia info. About the place for the photo of people. I really want to know the lady here who came or even she calling people to say that she get a place for Battle Factory Way. So I remember some of all the time were in the army. Those was here, that place was very farm area. She don't come and film that place. People sat down to that place. They bought the place, they follow that place, they sat down there for so many years. What place she was at before, she coming today and tell the people say she don't want that place. You know, this thing here we told the people for the beginning, we told them that they group that who putting themselves together. They say they want to form a government over here before they are not qualified for the country here. They are put the best person who was able to control the country here. They turn their back. They say they wanted to be here for the 2 years experience papi here. Today, everybody feeling awake. Today, from Battle Factory, another place again. Because they started from way to after how they call the other places. They now break it down. They go to 72nd. They break it down. They play that factory now. Now they come into Battle Factory again. So from there, that still away. From there, how they call it, West Point. So the 11 people they got to sit down, they put their head together and see reason what to how to defend their very, very self. These people they are not trustful.
Thank you so much. We are going to stop you here. Hello.
Thank you, Alexa. How are you?
I'm okay, Edma. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm a problem of concern I bring for justice. These are the injustices that we talk about because, like I was saying to we know this on the morning show that these days in Liberia, you know what it takes for somebody to build a house? One concrete brick. You know how much for it? The plane that use the 2x2. In the past, you could get it for $50, $45, $40, $350, $400 for it. Then somebody will struggle to save themselves all paying rent. Then somebody just come overnight, take police, and go there saying going to go break it down. What is even strange under the government is that normally the court officer should go and serve the eviction. And that is given. If nothing is done, the court officer go back to enforce if they are resistant, they call in for backup. But under this government, when it is going, you are having the police accomplishing the court officer to go and destroy him. This is not called for.
Hello. Okay. Mr. Abraham Kamara, if you're listening, please. Edmond Carr, are you still on the line? Hello? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hello? You got me?
Yes, go ahead.
So to conclude, I appreciate the people effort for their right because once the law fail you, the government fail you, they want to teach you is to stand for yourself, fight for your right. And we are waiting for them in other communities. We are asking other communities, don't say they are allowing these people to, because this is the government operation. These guys are in power, they are doing it, so that tomorrow when they leave power, they can go back to the same guys and get their own portion of those days. Because those days are located, are duly located. So they are power A, and the community should rather themselves not to allow the police RG to continuously marginalize them. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so much. I think we call it a day here. We're already out of time, by the way, and I also have to run. It has been an amazing time on Freedom Hub. Oliver was here earlier on, and of course, I've been here. Just doing what we usually do here every other weekday on the program Freedom Hub. A lot is happening, and we're still looking forward to national government to do what is needed at this point in time to end everything. We're going to be back here on tomorrow. Abraham Kamara is going to take over immediately after me, and he's going to dish out some money. Don't forget Freedom Win Liberia Cash giveaway. He's going to be here to give you guys some money. Until then, have yourselves a pleasant time. And rest assured, we're going to be here a full house tomorrow at Jerome Roosevelt, KOK, and of course, Princess Alexa Venture Callie. Stay safe out there.
It's my music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see.